Hi, welcome to Buzz, Indiana's Underground Business Voice. We're here in Louisville, Kentucky. I've got profitable people in the creative workshop, right?
Yeah, it's a great space.
Yeah, awesome space. Eric Brown, president of Profitable People. Now, what does profitable people mean? I mean, is that just a cute consulting name for
That's a great question,
Yeah.
Tony. No, actually, you know, my really vision and inspiration for starting the company is I really wanted to help really in every company that I work with. I'm really committed to helping people in the company become profit centers for the company, so that everybody that you have is helping you move your business forward, generating revenue, growing the business, and really achieving the results you want to accomplish.
Is it fair to say that sometimes, you know, in today's times, that profit, that P word, tends to get left out or almost thought of as a dirty word sometimes?
Well, yeah, and I don't think the average person in the company is really in touch with how does a company actually make a dollar. It's one of my favorite questions to ask when I'm working with a company is to find out from their management team, how does your company actually make money?
Yeah.
And I get it's like quiet. People don't really understand that.
Yeah.
Helping them understand that and then kind of putting the tools in place where they can make that work really helps my clients create really good results.
And you have a really unique niche for profitable people. I mean, because you're a sales consultant. I mean, you coach and train and teach people how to create profit for the business.
Right.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
And so, but one of the things that I think is important is a lot of time there are a lot of people that get shoved into that sales role because they have a technical or an engineering background, and they almost buck it. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah. I run into that all the time where people are promoted because they've got really good technical expertise. So the person that promoted them thinks, man, they're going to do a great job. And then they're out there selling and they really have no idea how to prospect. Usually people are coming to us because they got one of four problems. Either they got a prospecting problem,
Okay.
they have a problem managing the sales conversation,
Sure.
they have a closing problem, and they have a referral problem. How do I get more referrals?
Wow.
And so people, particularly in that world when they have those technical expertise, you know, they really don't have any system or a process, and unfortunately a lot of them fail.
Well, and what's so important when you're teaching someone who's left-brained or like that is technical based, right, is that they need a system in order to really understand the problem or fix the problem. Is that fair?
Yeah, and usually people that are like, especially IT, accounting, engineering, those kind of folks, they're systems people. And so when you can show them, like, here's a sales process and we can systematize it, they totally get that.
Yeah.
And once they get into the system, they get excited because, like, wow, I can actually be myself and I can sell and I can get good results.
I
and
know
can
I'm
follow
going to
a
stick
system.
this on the input and the output's going to come out the way I want it to because it is a system. It's not just this guy that I used to alienate myself from, who was that sales guy they have that image of, right? You know,
Right, exactly.
They're scared of the used car salesman, and they think that's who they have to become. And I think that's one of the key things you do is alleviate that. Is you show them they don't have to not be themselves. They just got to work a sales system.
Yeah, and it's all about really being authentic because people have that image of sort of that typical stereotypical salesperson, but really I think the marketplace has changed over the years, and it's real. People are smart. You can Google just about any information that you need to know, and so I know the people we're talking to, they're smart people. They can make good decisions, and so we teach our people to have authentic, genuine conversations. We're really just figure out, is there a compelling reason for us to work together?
Is there a match or not? Right?
Yeah, and if there's not, that's okay. If there is, we'll work together.
What's the one thing you'd like to tell somebody who is, thinking about getting in that sales role, had a technical background, and afraid to take that first step?
In the sales role? Well, I would say a couple things. One, find some kind of an accountability group, some kind of coach, some kind of a mentor, somebody that's had some success in that world, and and really just utilize their experience.
Yeah.
But just continue leaning into it. Just keep taking one step forward, and get that system created.
And that's the most powerful thing about I think that you do and coaches do in general. Is they provide that next step so people can keep moving towards the goal. So it's a process, it's not an event, right?
Right.
And everybody's looking to go to an event and come out of that event and suddenly be changed. It doesn't work that way.
No, that's not real life. So it's a process, and so a big part of what I do is kind of help keep that person motivated. Because I know you're in sales, you get beat up from time to time, and it's tough. And so when you've got people that are in your corner that support you, not only can teach you the technical aspect of the sales system, but how do you keep motivated, keep moving along, and keep energized and inspired through the process.
There's no way to describe how valuable that is for those people that are taking that step. Eric Brown, you've been buzzed.
Thanks Tony.
Man.
Awesome.
Good. It's a good show.
Oh, that's
yeah.
We're just having a conversation.
Hi, welcome to Buzz, Indiana's Underground Business Voice. My name is Tony Celso. We're here with Eric Brown, Louisville, Kentucky. Man, what a ride! It's been.
We
fun.
are rocking and rolling, Tony.
You guys are doing well, man. It is. I tell you, we had a launch about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, August 6th. So it's right at almost a month.
I mean, and hair stands up on the back of my neck just thinking about what happened and this process of really meeting you, developing a relationship with you, with Stephanie. I mean, you guys are doing some pretty awesome things here, and I just want everybody to kind of know that the work that Eric and Stephanie have put into this market in order to get this to a point where to put 7,500 people in a room, to get us to pushing over 100 members now. I mean, you guys are single-handedly becoming a small business stimulus package for the city of Louisville, Kentucky. And I don't mean that lightly, and I'm going to just tell you something anecdotally. Last year, we incubated about $3.5 million just within our office of small businesses. That's about 13 businesses that just incubated out of Rainmakers that we know of in Indianapolis. And so think about what you guys have started. I mean, you're putting people to work in times where people are looking for jobs. And that's a powerful statement to say. So I salute what you've done. I mean, what's this ride been like for you?
Oh, well, thanks, Tony. It's just been incredible. And Stephanie and I, we have such a great kind of yin and yang partnership. And I think that's a big part of our success. Is one, she and I are both really committed to economic development and prosperity in the community and for entrepreneurship for everybody we come in contact with. Rainmakers is the perfect vehicle for that, and it's just totally in our wheelhouse because we love training, educating people, supporting, coaching, mentoring, and it's exciting to see people get results. So it's an exciting ride. So I'm all about it.
You live for the stories. I mean, it's nice to get the check, but the stories really make
for sure
make the day. You know, and I want to just kind of comment to this be more, serve more thing. You know, and I think that's what you guys subscribe to. And as I, sitting back, looking at being the guy who sent the first email, right? I mean, I developed Be More, Serve More for another agency, another training company. He didn't like it. He thought it was too preachy. I'm gonna give him a hard time. Hopefully, he likes it. And I just started toying around. I really said that represented what we do. This is like our second year into this, right? I mean, we were doing one event a month, and now we do 70. Okay, and I just. That whole decision and that acceptance, and you and I have had this conversation over and over about responsibility. And the be more part is just that acceptance of responsibility that we have to insist that we're going to become more ourselves.
Well, exactly. I mean, life is just an ongoing learning process. The same with business. It's always evolving. It's always changing. The marketplace is changing. The economic conditions are always changing. Customer needs are always changing. And so, being able to kind of fill my head with really, new cutting edge material and learning from thought leaders, learning from experiences of people like yourself and other people that are helping us, and then really passing that knowledge along. But not only the knowledge, but how do you apply it? How do you take what we're doing in Rainmakers? How do you take this model? How do you take the other training models that we teach and actually do something with it? Yeah. And that was a big part of our conversation last night. We did a training with some new members, and it was all about how do we take the values of Rainmakers and actually what does that mean for your business, and how can you take that and actually apply it and start getting results?
I mean, that's, I think, one of the things that really makes us unique, and you guys have done as good a job of executing this as anybody within our organization, is that we have to be an amalgam of that training to practical real world results that get done tomorrow. And with whether it's a referral, whether it's a possible strategic relationship, whether it's helping somebody refine their value proposition, their verbiage, their tagline, all that stuff has to happen faster, because quite honestly, we don't get enough time to get a business off the ground. There's no government handing out $500,000 loans, right, to start incubating small business, and so we have to be lean, and we have to be mean, and we have to get it out fast, and so we have to help these businesses grow their business as well as train them and get them going, because we want to support them. Otherwise, we're going to support them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that's what you guys have really hopped in 100% with, and I'm really happy to be on the same team as you guys. So good job. You've
Thanks,
been
Tony.
blessed, man. Thank you.